Support Wrestle Talk!
Oh, Cover Slayer! Order the brand new issue of the Wrestle Talk magazine now by clicking the link below.
Hello and welcome to the Wrestle Talk News. Mi nombre es El Fakeador, and I have a master plan to make Wrestle Talk safe again. Someone who could do with a few health and safety tips is NXT star Tommaso Ciampa. His most recent match with former tag partner Johnny Gargano saw him go through a table in the technical area, take a beating with a crutch, and eventually DDT his old buddy onto the exposed wood of the ring. And all this after he was almost stretchered off. I mean, just thinking about the risk assessment gives me palpitations. But not content with stealing the show at 2 takeovers in a row, and after finally, potentially, but also hopefully not, putting the feud with Johnny Gargano to bed, he's looking for a new opponent, and he's picked a hell of a guy, NXT champion Aleister Black. Ciampa confronted the champ on NXT, but also ignited the feud on Twitter with a little roleplay. Interviewer: it's pretty clear that the #1 contender should be Tommaso Ciampa. How do you feel about Black versus Ciampa at TakeOver Brooklyn? Aleister: it sure does suck to know I will lose my title. On the bright side, at least I'll finally main event a takeover. Harsh words coming from a man whose friendship has headlined 2 pay-per-views, when he should have just, I don't know, unfriended Johnny on Facebook and be done with it. But then again, we are going to get Tommy Ciampa versus Tommy End, so I'm marking out, man. I'm marking out. Sticking with NXT, there are reports that the show may be coming to TV. You may remember the news that the Fox network decided to pay mucho dinero to air SmackDown Live. Well, WWE co-presidents George Barrios and Michelle Wilson revealed in an investor call that cross-promotional content outside of SmackDown would also be part of the new contract. They didn't go into details during the call, instead saying that the content would highlight other activities in WWE, which could mean whatever's going on with Cena and Nikki Bella. But Pro Wrestling Sheet's sources have said that there have been discussions regarding a weekly airing of NXT on Fox Sports 1. Interestingly, the call also mentioned TV deals outside of the US, specifically in the UK and India. WWE said they hope to have a UK TV deal done by the end of 2018 and a contract in India signed in early 2019. So yay, because this job's going to get easier, and boo, because Jinder. Also worthy of a boo is the news that the Man Mountain Lars Sullivan has gone and got himself injured. At TakeOver Chicago, he fought Aleister Black for the NXT title, despite one black mass definitely whiffing by like a good foot. It looks like Aleister caught all of it at some point, probably more than he wanted to. NXT tweeted this picture saying, Lars Sullivan left Chicago without the hashtag NXT Championship and with a broken jaw. I mean, call it what it is, NXT. Freak accident. There's no word yet on how long Lars will be out. Lastly, some lady-shaped news, as Becky Lynch has revealed that she has been actively pitching the idea of a women's tag team division to WWE. She was part of a Q&A session at the Ace Comic-Con where she was asked what would be the first thing she would do if she became WWE CEO. She joked that she would fire James Ellsworth, which we all know you can't do. You can't fire a dream. He's more concept than man. She said she'd book a match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor, which is blatant favoritism. And she said that she would have a women's tag team championship division, which isn't as crazy as you think. WWE did have one from 1983 to 1989. And it's a pitch that might have gotten through to the top officials, as WWE have already started to pair the members of the female roster with groups like the Riot Squad, the Iconics, the Worst Bits of Absolution, and potentially even Sasha Banks and Bayley down the line if they can hug it out. Becky was also asked if she would have just one set of women's tag team champions or whether she would have them for both Raw and SmackDown. She said, so right now, numbers-wise, I don't think we have enough women to have one on each brand. So what I think would be pretty cool is if they were traveling, and not just between Raw and SmackDown, but NXT too. And then you'd have a huge range of women that you'd go against and so many possibilities. And I think that would get people excited to watch any of the brands, because you wouldn't know when people would be showing up on either Raw or SmackDown because it'd all be traveling. Well, that all sounds bloomin' lovely, but is it all just a pipe dream? Not according to Lynch, who says that she's been pitching the idea for a year, maybe 2. Order the brand new issue of the Wrestle Talk magazine by clicking the link on screen now, and give us a subscribe to keep up to date with all the latest wrestling news. I've been El Fakeador, and that was Lucha.